There is no more waiting in this life. There's no more procrastination, there's no more taking action. In this video, I'm going to reframe why you should never be lazy and why the life you're currently living now is a direct representation of the action that you have taken through your life right now and the choices that you have made. Maybe through your life, you have had some amazing ideas come to your mind. Maybe there's been downloads, but you haven't actually taken actionable steps to execute it and make it happen. Maybe there's some limiting beliefs, maybe there's some fear, maybe there's some doubt, maybe there's some worry. Whatever it might be has been holding you back. But today is the day that we get into that mind of yours and understand that taking action is the only way you're going to get the desired outcome. You cannot be lazy anymore. You cannot be living in a mindset of, I'll do it tomorrow, because that is ungratefulness. We live in a world where procrastination is so glamorized now. My dad woke up at 4 a.m. every single day for as long as I can remember. Never moaned, was never late to work, went and took care of business because he had a family to provide for. Life has never been easier for us to be able to make money, create happiness, and live a life that we are joyful and abundant. And my dad woke up freezing cold, defrosting the car, going to work all day, every day to be able to provide for his family. He never procrastinated once. Up, out the door, take care of it, because that's what he had to do. Procrastination is a privilege because it means you've got time to waste. Do you know how many people there are on the life support machine right now that don't even get to say to their family, I'll see you later, because they don't even know if they're going to get it later? And how arrogant are we to put things off that are actually going to make our life better? When you wake up in the morning, hitting snooze, do you know the ungratefulness that takes to be able to do? To understand that life is a blessing to just wake up and have the chances to make your life better. Even filming this course now, how arrogant would it be for me to put this off when I can just put something out there that helps people and changes their life? This is the way that you need to live. Every single day, no matter how uncomfortable it is, no matter how perfect you want things to be, you just need to take action. I'll be completely honest with this course. I've overthought it and overthought it and overthought it. How should the background look? How should the lighting look? Do I wait for the videographer to come over? Until I prayed this morning and said to God, God, what do you want me to do today? And this is why I'm sat here now. I found a quiet room and I'm just getting it done. I've even got this little lamp, all right, to be able to focus purely on taking action and preaching exactly what it is that I want to preach to you, but also I'm walking the walk at the same time. Because life is going to have you uncomfortable. You're going to have fear of rejection. You're going to have fear of failure. You're going to have fear of all of these things adding up into your life. And it's what's going to hold you back. But there's one thing that I want you to focus on. Is you're not going to die and the world's not going to end. What if that success that you want in this world, what if that happiness you want in this world is on the other side of what's currently holding yourself back right now? Because you have committed to yourself to be watching this course right now in order to change your life, to make your reality come true. And I promise you, if you show up on a daily basis and take action on the days that you don't want to take action, that is where the miracles will start to happen. God never anointed the lazy, okay? I don't know whether you're believing God, the universe, a higher power, whatever it is, but you are not rewarded for being lazy. Being lazy is just entitlement. I believe that every single human being should treat their body as a vessel and take action every single day to make their dreams happen, to create the most incredible life, for the synchronicities and the beautiful coincidences that just materialize in front of you because of the action that you're taking. There's been so many amazing things that have happened in my life because of the synchronicities and coincidences that have led me by taking action that I didn't want to do. The gym sessions I couldn't be bothered to go to, the conversation that led to, the impacts that had on that person, or the impact that had on me, that led to them teaching me something that I implemented, and then all of a sudden, that's become a reality that I wanted to create. This is why it's so important that you realize that there's gifts on the days that you don't want to show up. There's gifts in that procrastination. There's so many times you're going to want to hide away from the world and pull the quilt over and live comfortable. But I promise you now, there's no growth there. Nothing good happens laying in that bed, wallowing in your own self-pity and your own self-worth. I remember when I first started Melior, I had so many fears, so many worries, so many doubts, so much built up. But I also had so much arrogance, and I also had so much pride and ego, and I was so stubborn, because I remember when I first put my video out and I went from a crazy life to becoming a life coach, complete 360. But I woke up one morning and I just had this calling to change my life and to impact the world and to go for it. And I've never been able to walk away from it. There's been uncomfortable times. There's been times where I've been stripped back financially. There's been times where I've been scammed. There's been times where phone bills haven't been able to get paid. But I've had a relentless mindset towards taking action. When personal life has come in, I still put clients first. I've still wanted to hide away from the world, but I've still showed up. Because I spent so many days, and maybe this is you right now, hiding away from the world, and all I wanted to do was show up and get the most out of life. But I had so much fear, so much anxiety, so much fear of judgment, so much worry, so much excruciating, just self-doubt that was just built up because of what I went through as a child. Because of the traumatic experiences that I went through as a child, the self-worth was low. But I was a child. This is why it's important now of watching this, that you are worthy of the success that you want. But you're only worthy by taking action and doing the difficult things. You're only worthy by earning your own respect, by doing things on a daily you don't want to do them. I'm running on about 3 hours sleep, yet I'm sat here doing this now, and one person might get this video, you might buy this course, one person. But it's been on my mind for so long that I just want to understand that there's no more time for procrastination, there's no time for worry, there's no time for fear, there's no time for self-doubt. There's only time for making things happen. Because the moment you take action is the moment that the most incredible miracles start to happen. Because you let the universe know that you are here. If you don't take action, you can't create that coincidence. If you're struggling with a task or you're struggling with life, just do something small and start to build on that. Start to understand that if you just throw yourself in the deep end and make yourself feel uncomfortable, your life is going to change. Even if you fail, you're no worse off than where you were sitting on the fence. If anything, the guilt, the shame, the fear, the doubt will go because at least you've tried. But if you don't try, you're never going to be able to grow and become the person that you admire, that goes out into the world and has an impact on people that you come onto on a daily basis. That people bump into you in the street that might be battling their thoughts, and you have a bit of banter, or you have a bit of energy about you, and you have just saved their life. The universe is always working in so many magical ways that all the coincidences and synchronicities are just happening left, right, and center. And there's meaning behind everything. Everything that we are given is a gift, because there's either a lesson in it, there's either something that triggers us, that identifies something that needs to be able to work on for us to be able to go to that next level. All right? Or there's a miracle that just comes into fruition. Be the person that wakes up and takes action and keeps to his word or her word. And whenever procrastination kicks in, you know that that's just an old version of you trying to keep you safe. The only time that you will suffer longer than needed is the days you don't do the stuff that you know you want to do. You know you need to do. You know that has to be done. Procrastination is a form of stress relief. Because if you're constantly stressing about a situation, the only way to solve that situation is by taking action. And if you don't take action, you stay stuck in that suffering. So you also have to realize that the way you're living your life now and everything that has possibly happened to you right now is because of every choice that you have made. If you are suffering now, it's your choice. If your finances are low, it's your choice. If you're out of shape, it's your choice. Because I understand that things will happen to you. I understand that life happens, but it's how you look at them situations. It's how you let them build more doubt into you, more shame into you, more worry, more fear, more uncertainty, more lack. That keeps you stuck in that suffering, that keeps you stuck in that financial worry, that keeps you stuck in every single thing. Because when I was out of shape, there was no point moaning that I was insecure and out of shape, because the way to solve that is to do the uncomfortable things, find someone that's done what I want to do and get into shape. If my mindset wasn't where it wanted to be, who can I learn from that lives the life that I want to live and be able to implement what they've taught me and create that outcome? What habits do I need to implement to be able to become the individual that I want to implement into this world? Focus solely on becoming an expert at taking action. Because if you're constantly worried about failing, if you're constantly worried about taking risks, you're living on the back foot and the negative force is winning on a daily basis. And I've had that so many times. Task list after task list after task list. 2 things done, 3 things done, go to bed. No one saw the facts that I didn't show up for myself today. How would the individual that's living your life live their life right now? For me, how would one of the top voices in personal development show up for themselves? They would live by their words. They would take action as soon as an idea came into fruition, and they would make sure that it got executed straight away. And this is why we're sat here now. And I want you to just be inspired by yourself. And I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing that you have been someone that puts off tasks, or you don't take action, or you can't keep the consistency. Because if you've consistently failed, then being consistent isn't the problem, because you're actually an expert at it, because you're consistently letting yourself down. The priorities, the strategy, the process, whatever it is, hasn't just suited you as an individual. And that's why it's so important that today is the day that you start to move forward in changing your life. Today is the day that you become an expert at just getting things done. Whatever it is, the worst thing that's going to happen is rejection. The worst thing that's going to happen is you're not going to enjoy it. But I guarantee once you get into flow of what it is that you're putting off, miracles will start to happen. The conversation that leads to an opportunity happens. But if you're hiding away from the world and you're putting things off, you're not entitled to anything. We are guests here. It's a 1 in 400 trillion chance that we are born. We are guests. Why are we not taking action on a daily basis to have the best mindset, to have the best physique, to have the best energy around us, to be the person that people are inspired by just from us being authentically ourselves? From taking relentless action on a daily basis that brings nothing but smiles, joy and laughter no matter what the situation and scenarios are. Because your reality is now, however long it's been going on for, however long you've been suffering for, however long you've been putting off business or you've been putting off tasks, It's your fault. And I guess when I'm filming this course, I'm talking to a version of me that was suffering. I'm talking to a version of me that was putting things off. And I'm relating to the individual on the other side of the camera, which was me, who was a shithouse, who wasn't good at life, who kept letting himself down, who talked a good game, who watched everyone else drive nice cars, big houses, relationships, friendships. And then I looked at myself in the mirror and I was like, I'm a fraud because I'm not taking action. And I'm not saying them things create happiness, but we all want to have an amazing life. But if you're the person that's constantly hiding away from the world and constantly procrastinating and constantly not letting yourself live 100% to your potential, it's never going to happen. The way that you're going to create confidence is through taking relentless action. I am so proud of myself to be able to take action in the stuff that is very, very, very uncomfortable. So proud of myself. It's incredible. But I want you to focus on the fact that you have the opportunity to become the most amazing individual. I know a lot of people don't say success doesn't happen overnight. Of course. But life can gift you so many amazing things by the action you take that creates the opportunities, that creates the life that you want. Because there's so many people out there at the moment that are less qualified than you living a life that you dream of having. They're less talented. They're less inspired by the actual life that they're living. But the way that you're holding yourself back, moaning, complaining, in a victim mindset, constantly in lack, fear, self-doubt, worry. How am I going to do this? How am I going to do that? How? Stop. One of the most incredible things that I have learned is forget the how. Forget how things are going to happen and just trust that they will. I have no idea how you have found this course. I have no idea how this has got into your hands. I just knew that if I presented the best version of me that I possibly could with the most information that I could to impact your life, it would find you. Because this is what happens. Coincidences, synchronicities, miracles start to happen when you start to take action. There's no time for waiting anymore. There's no time for going onto social media and comparing yourself to other people. Why have they got that life? Why haven't I? Why? The why is because you haven't done. You haven't done because of the fear, the self-doubt, the worry. And the how you need to forget about because that will happen and materialize. Today is the day that you now identify as someone that takes relentless action no matter what on a daily basis to help you overcome the life that you're currently living. And what I mean by the life that you're currently living is the way that you have so much anxiety and worry and fear because of how much you're holding yourself back. Because of how much you don't truly believe in yourself. Because of how much you're watching other people and thinking, can I really do that? What are people going to think? What are people going to say? How on earth am I going to be able to achieve things in life when I'm just living in so much worry, so much fear, so much self-doubt? And I will repeat them same things over and over and over again because I just want you to understand them words, them meanings only have meanings because of the things we give attached to it. Self-doubt. If you're someone that has battled day in, day out, how on earth can you doubt yourself? All of the battles that you have won, how can you doubt yourself? That is where your incredible strength comes from. I was in the gym this morning, 2 lads that I know. I hadn't really had loads of conversations with them before, and we just started chatting. And it was so good to see two other people that understand that their confidence and the life that they are living has come from the relentless times that they've woken up and taken care of stuff that they don't want to do. The battles that you have faced in the depths of struggle and fear and worry, you made it out. And yet you have fear that your dreams cannot become a reality. Is absolutely ridiculous. You have the potential to live the most incredible life. You have the potential to become the most inspirational version of yourself that ticks every single box that you have ever wanted to tick. And you want to hold yourself back. There is so much of you that can be given to the world. There is so much of you that can inspire, that can help, that can give people the most amazing feeling just by you being you. Do not ever live in fear, self-doubt, or worry that you are not good enough for this world. You have the most amazing opportunity to have the most amazing day today and every single day on this earth. And I say this with so much love. You go and make the most of today. You go and make the most of every single opportunity that comes your way now. You do your future self proud, because there is a future version of you that needs you to take action today to create the reality that the future version of you wants. There is a younger version of you that would have been screaming, shouting, not a care in the world, that wanted you to just show up today. That wanted you to just go, do you know what? Yes, you've done it. Imagine going into that room with the younger version of you and the version of you at 90. So you've got an old person and a really, really young person. And you said, I'm sorry, I didn't get you to where you wanted to be at 90 because of the fear and the amount of times that I didn't take action and I put tasks off. Imagine how broken that 90-year-old version of you is going to be. And then imagine how broken that child that had so many dreams and so many ambitions and so many things that they wanted to achieve in life. Imagine how they would feel because of the way that you're putting things off now. You owe it to the younger version of you that didn't have a care in the world, that felt that he could take on the world. And you owe it to the 90-year-old version of you that one day is going to be sat there with false teeth looking out to the window, going, I wish I'd done more. All of them things that I built up in my head, all of the stories I told myself I wouldn't be able to achieve and do what I want to do, is the reason why I'm sat here now with no fulfillment and I'm sat there with regret. Because when we get to that age, we don't get to press a button and go back to the start. There's going to be a time where you are sat there and you are that person. And this is the reality of it now. Life is flying past. Yes, there's going to be days wasted. Yes, there's going to be traumatic times. Yes, there's going to be all of these things that are built up in your mind. But they've needed to be there to get you to where you are today watching this video, to understand that now is the time that you take relentless action. That you understand the life you're currently living is purely down to the fact that you haven't shown up for yourself as much as you could. The worst thing that's going to happen is it doesn't work out and you get pushed into the direction of where it is going to work out. If you show up for yourself on a daily basis and take relentless action, you're setting an example for when you have children, or maybe you've got children. How can you tell your kids to go after their dreams and ambitions when you're not doing that yourself? How can you tell your kids to get the most out of their life if you're not doing that yourself. You need to earn the right to give the advice. You need to earn the right that every single day you wake up, you deserve that day. Because do you know how many people, and I can tell you because it's on average 150,000 people lose their life on a daily basis. And you wake up so casually and put things off and don't take action and constantly procrastinate, that would love the opportunity to just be in your shoes to make their life better. Now, this could be business terms, this video, this could be personal terms, this could be relationships, whatever it is. I just want to let you know that it's the same mindset with it. You might want to approach a woman or a bloke and ask them out. Just do it. You might want to start a business. Just post that video. You might want to change your life in the most dramatic ways. Just do it. Do it, be you, and forget about everything else. Because everything else will work out. Everything else will mold around you taking that action. Become entitled. Become someone that knows they deserve this world. Become someone that lives with no fear, no doubt, no worry, just gets it done. You owe that to you. That fire in the belly should be there every single day. Even if for an hour, make that hour jam-packed full of action, full of just giving yourself 100%. Because when you take action and you commit to it and you keep that promise and you keep that word and you consistently do that over a period of time, you will become the most confident person in the room. Because the way to speak your truth and become a person that you truly admire is to take action relentlessly when no one's watching, on the days that you don't want to do it, when the conditions aren't perfect and everything is feeling horrible. You will become the most confident person in the world. Because understand this, if you was in a relationship and you asked that individual 5 times a day to do something for you, but they don't do it, you would say that they don't respect you, you would say that they don't love you, and you would say that they don't show up for you. You wouldn't be able to trust them, and you wouldn't be able to rely on that individual. So why is it that every single time that you don't take action, that you procrastinate, that you break the promise that you gave to yourself for that to be taken care of? That is the relationship that you have with yourself. You will not trust yourself, you will not love yourself, you will not respect yourself, you will not show up for yourself. And that is why self-esteem's hit rock bottom. Because of the amount of times we put off that action that we need to be taken on a daily basis. Procrastination is a privilege. The fact that we even get to take action and do something difficult is a privilege. I want you to just understand that you are so privileged for the life that you're living now. Even when things are so difficult, you are so privileged. The task that I want you to do over the next 7 days, I just want you simply to not say no to anything. Every idea that you have, just do it, no matter how uncomfortable it is. No matter how worried you are, no matter how much self-doubt, fear, lack, no matter how tired you are, just for 7 days, stick to every promise that you have made yourself. And I promise you, I guarantee you, you will see the most incredible transformation within yourself. You're an incredible human being with a purpose in this world so big, I don't think you realise it. I believe in you. Take action, because as I said, the worst thing that's going to happen isn't going to be that you're going to die and the world's going to end. And even if the world was going to end, you wouldn't be able to control that. Stop living in fear. Stop living in doubt. Stop living in so much pain and self-sabotage, and just start to create the life that you want. Because the reality is, if we're not living the life that we want, it's because of the work that we're not doing. So we don't have the right to complain. Accept the life that you have and understand that the only way that things are going to make a shift in this reality is if you start to take action and live the mindset of creating solutions out of problems that might occur. Because chances are the solutions that you create make your actionable steps that you've needed to take 100 times better. And that's been the gift from the universe that you needed to make that a reality. Big love, have an amazing week. I'll see you in the next training.